Daniel. Welcome. Good morning. But the final class for Native American History Month, in which we celebrate a specific Native American artist. And there will be two projects that I'm going to suggest to you. But first, we're going to talk about this artist's life a little bit and look at her work and discuss it. So I'm going to put a picture up of one of her pieces, which I forgot to open. So give me a minute, please, to do that. Hope everyone had a fabulous Thanksgiving and that you've gotten some rest in the days since then and now. Where is my folder for this artist? Here it is. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with this baby because I don't think it pixelates all that much. Okay. Oops. Can everybody see it?
It looks like it's cut off in the middle horizontally.
No, that's the way it's supposed to look. I'm trying to move this toolbar out of the way. That's the best I can do. All right, so our artist for today is named Marie Watt. She was born in 1967. She got her Master of Fine Arts at the Yale University School of Art. She got her Bachelor of Science degree at Willamette University and an affiliate fine arts degree at the Institute of American Indian Arts. She is most famous for her installation work and printmaking, and her most famous work of art is called Blanket Stories. She is a contemporary artist living and working in Portland, Oregon. She is enrolled in the Seneca Nation of Indians. Watt has created work primarily with textile arts, and this part I love about her, community collaboration centered on diverse Native American themes. So she works collaboratively with people in her community to create these giant installations. Born in Seattle, Washington in 1967, as I said, she majored in speech communications and art at Willamette University in Salem, Oregon. She also explored museum studies at the Institute of American Indian Arts in Santa Fe. She holds an AFA degree from the Institute of American Arts, a BS degree from Willamette, and a Master of Fine Arts degree in painting and printmaking from Yale University. Watt is a member of the Turtle Clan of the Seneca Nation, and her father's family were Wyoming ranchers. So she considers herself, she describes herself, this is a direct quote, as half cowboy and half Indian. So that's probably a contentious mix. Thanksgiving in her household must be really interesting. She works primarily with blankets as her media, as her material, and she puts them in her installations and collaborative works. She also prints lithographs. Lithographs are a form of printing that is done on giant, usually stones, huge stones, on which the artist draws in oil, a particular kind of oil stick, and then the ink is rolled over the top of the drawing. Wherever the oil stick lines are, the ink will not adhere to the stone. Paper is put on top of the stone, the inked up stone, then the whole thing is run through a printing press, a giant printing press. Lithography can also now be done on specially treated metal plates. And that's what they do for print, rapid print processes. Commercial lithography is done more in that way. All right. She uses a variety of materials in her sculpture and installations, including everyday objects as well as textiles. She uses alabaster, slate, and corn husks. Corn husks are Native American. Corn is a food staple and part of their spiritual practice. Corn is one of the three sisters, one of the most important parts of many Native American mythology, religious belief systems. So she uses the husks from corn. She cites pop art, abstract expressionism, and indigenous visual traditions as sources for her work. She has a studio in Portland, and at this studio, she started experimenting with these materials. So what more can we say? She's involved in community efforts when creating her artworks. Her project Blanket Stories, transportation object, generous ones at the Tacoma Art Museum involved creating large-scale installations out of blankets donated by the community. Not only are the blankets the medium, but Watt believes that blankets provide access to social connections, historical traditions, and cross-cultural meanings. Watt hosts sewing circles, groups who gather and work, such as with one of her pieces called Forget-Me-Not, Mothers and Sons, in which they constructed portraits of servicemen and one woman from Oregon killed in the Iraqi War. So she's done many of these collaborative pieces. One, she collected blankets from the Hudson Bay. So these are historical blankets that the Hudson Bay Company sold to Native American people, from which it is believed some of them contracted smallpox, which wiped out thousands and thousands of Native American people. So there is a lot of this historical backstory to her work. Bill and Melinda Gates hired her to do a commission piece at their Seattle campus. And that is called Blanket Stories, Matriarch, Guardian, and 7 Generations. It is a 14-foot column of wool blankets from all over the world and is located in the building's lobby. And she said, quote unquote, "It's the first column I've made with the explicit goal of collecting and integrating blankets from around the world, which echoes the foundation's global mission. The column will be constructed of reclaimed blankets and reclaimed cedar in resonance with the campus's goal of attaining LEED Gold certification." So on and on. She loves working in this communal, social way, and she is committed to celebrating Native American culture and heritage. All right, so blankets have played a key role in the colonial history between Americans and Europeans in this country, between Native Americans and Europeans in this country. Blankets were traded, blankets were given, and blankets caused death in many instances to the Native American population. So they have a powerful message. All right, so this is one of her pieces. It does, as Margot pointed out, look like she cut it off, cut it in half. I don't know why it's a semicircle and not a full circle, but doesn't it look like a rainbow? So, good question. I don't know how she constructs her pieces. Maybe it's a mix of sewing and gluing. I don't know, Esty. I don't know. It probably depends on how much time she has for constructing a particular installation.
Where is that?
I don't know. Another good question. I don't know. Again, guys, I'm not an art historian. I just want to show you, give you a taste of the aesthetic and the visual image of this artist's work. Colorful, right? Yes, absolutely. Time to move on. And if it's a rainbow, though, think about why. Could it be about LGBTQ rights as well as Native American rights? Could it be about Native American relationship to nature? I don't know. And that's part of the beauty of art, the ambiguity. Laura. Okay, I hope everybody heard that. Laura said there are multiple videos about her on YouTube. Please check them out. You can get a lot of your questions answered from that. All I can say about this is not to influence anybody's opinion, but wow. For me, this is particularly feminine, right? I mean, this looks like a bow. I can't help but think this is a bow or a butterfly. I've looked at this several times now, and every time I look, I try to escape that, but I can't. Well, the color, yeah, could. We do, and this culture pink is definitely a female friendly color. I hate that, but yeah, it is a cultural prompt for sure.
Liz, because this is American Indian, I see arrows and hatchets and tools that they would use for defending themselves.
Nice.
And the fact that whatever it is in the middle is so different and such a different shape. I don't know what to make of it, but it absolutely, there's something. Are they trying to get at it? Are they trying to relate to it? Are they, you know, all the pink hatchets and arrows and stuff? I don't know.
Nice observations. Yeah, to me it reads as a head, a neck, but what if it's a hatchet?
And maybe a hatchet in the modern day, softening it up. It looks like rug. It's made of rug on top or something, or it just stands there in and of
I think it is. It's carpet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robin. Heather,
Okay.
what were you saying? Yeah. Why is this? Yes. Awesome. So this shape is definitely being echoed here and emphasized. And then the fact that this comes up out of the flat surface and overlaps the rectangle is just awesome. So Robin is saying, well, is that overtaking the shape in the middle, or is it working with it? Who knows? All right, let's look at a few more. We're going to talk about what we're going to make today. I mean, her work is quite varied. Oh, I want to show one of her towers. After this, I'm going to show one of the blanket towers. So this one is going to get really blurry, unfortunately. But superimposed over the fabric in this piece is a wolf. And I don't know if it's a lithograph printed on the fabric, if it's painted on, or if it's stitched. But what I do know from looking at it closely on my laptop, it's very shiny and glittery. So whatever she used, the wolf is hidden, but also very special because she used this glittery material. It is a wolf that's had pups fairly recently, because you can see the teats here hanging down. It's very faint, but she's been nursing her pups. So this one is, for me, distinctly about motherhood and the pride of the wolf. I love it.
Liz, I just looked up the native wolf symbol. Represents loyalty, strong family ties, good communication, education, understanding, and intelligence. Of all land animals, the wolf has the strongest supernatural powers and is the most accomplished hunter. So you were talking about family, and that's definitely what comes up on the internet.
This is what I love so much about this class. Folks, each and every one of you adds such great information to our discussions. Thank you, Robin. And do we know what tribal group that's from? That's kind of a universal Native American belief. Does it specify?
How it came up on my phone was simply a Native American.
Okay.
So I don't have any specifics yet. If I do get them, I'll tell you.
I think this is such a beautiful piece. So family communication. Remember, she got her degree in communications and art. So this idea of talking to others, explaining to others, working with others, we're all part of community, comes through very strongly in her work, I think. I love that the wolf is almost invisible in certain parts and then so visible here in the, I'm thinking of this, of the front of the piece, maybe because it's hanging over the other pieces of fabric in the back. All right, I want to show one of her towers. And then I'm going to quickly show some pictures of Native American fabric patterns to get us pumped and primed for our own work today. I don't know if this is she, but I'm guessing it must be the artist, Marie Watch. But this is one of her towers of blankets. So the blankets are donated to her. And I think that they're stitched together. So they're not just loose. And some of the biggest ones she's made, there's like a metal pole through the middle, I think. So it doesn't bother her to alter them in order to make them part of the artwork. It must have a base. Good, Eileen. In order for sculpture to stand up, it has to have a strong base. And sometimes she puts pieces of cedar, found cedar, in these towers as well. Cedar is important to Northwest Coast Native Americans, and she is from that part of the world. Seneca, the Turtle Clan from the Seneca tribe. Oh, in Princeton.
The Art Museum, Princeton University Art Gallery. Yeah. Wow.
Right now, at this point in time, they're there?
I don't know, it just says the work skyscraper skywalker twins by Seneca artist very wide and such. It's there, they own it, so you know, they could travel.
Nice. So Susan just shared that the Princeton Art Museum or Gallery owns 2 of Marie Watts's sculptures, 2 of her towers. So if you're in the neighborhood, check it out, right here in New Jersey. All right, so we're going to have 2 options today. One is to create our own weaving in celebration of the process of making textiles. The other, if you are not a fiber person or in the mood to weave today, I'm going to now put up images of Native American textile patterns. And if you would prefer, I brought paper and our usual drawing equipment, and you can either copy Native American textile patterns or you can create your own made up textile patterns. I would suggest draw first lightly in pencil and then choose the drawing equipment that you like using best. I brought in pastels. I did not bring oil pastels today, but they're crayons and colored pencils. Oh, and E has written something interesting. Let me check. Where is my chat box going to? I don't know. E, I'm going to look at what you said in a moment, okay? So let's look at some of those Native American patterns really quick. They show the variety. I mean, I have a million pictures here. I'm going to put up one of the most colorful ones. So if you opt to do a painting or drawing of woven patterns today in the tradition of Native American art, think geometry, but also think about natural form and shapes, plant or animal shapes. This one's starting from the center and working diagonally outwards. I love the diamond pattern. Lots of great color. Let's look at another one. I'm going to whip through these pretty fast. One of my personal favorites. Love these colors. Again, geometry. Not symmetry always. This one is asymmetrical. Lots of interesting color. You can find these if you're at home. You can find them on your desktop. Those of you here can look on your smartphones. And I will put a picture up on the screen. Can we do that while I do the demo or after I do the demo, Laura? Yeah.
And you can have it side by side. I think that for them to have more visual on your demonstration.
Okay. So look at this one, very intricate. All right, I know people are itching to get to work. So let's talk. I am now, oh, let me quickly look at the chat. Love wolves. Cool. Me too. Yeah. Like a ghost image. I agree. Yeah, they're disliked by a lot of Europeans because wolves are seen as the enemy, particularly if you're a rancher or a farmer. People worry about their crops. Okay, so.
Company Pendleton still exists.
Yes,
They make blankets, right?
they do, and they have stolen a lot of the Native American designs. They do. So Laura is going to set up the camera. So those of you at home, I'm now going to demonstrate the basic way to do weaving. Those of you who are here, I know many of you have seen me do this multiple times. Why don't you quickly get materials that you want to use? If you're doing drawing, get your materials too. And at home too, gather up stuff that you're going to need. And in a moment, I'm going to start the weaving demonstration. Whew, it's getting hot in here, right? Schwitzing.
Hot mom and you.
Usually not. Search everything where my work is, I couldn't find porn.
So Liz, anybody want to table?
Any of that.
Oh, yes, David.
You have work.
Okay, is everyone put that out? We'll put it on the cool. I don't think too much space.
Can I grab one of these? Everybody?
What you do, I don't know. I do not know what to do. Wow, you're the guy.
Awesome. So once we've completed the demo, I'm going to put up on the screen some Native American fabric pattern pictures, or a Native American fabric picture. I don't know if I can do more than one. And people here are gathering up stuff. And Daniel, you're definitely going to share, you know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Laura, don't panic, everybody. Laura's setting up the camera. Everybody getting materials. What you basically need is a piece of cardboard if you're weaving, and a pair of scissors.
Got the cardboard up there?
And a pencil. Yeah, the cardboard's back there. A pencil and a ruler. You can wait to get your yarn and stuff later. And Lily, can I hold your loom up in the beginning to show everybody what a real loom looks like? Not that ours aren't real, but you know what I'm saying. What big one is my book? You want to keep walking, you know what?
Yeah. Maybe sit down and I can see your hand. Focus.
Ones are not banging into it.
And you know, they have to hear you. On your computer.
Projection for them. Okay, wonderful. Yes, okay.
And I have more yarn here that I'm just using for the demo, so it will be available for everyone to use tomorrow. So we're going to start on the demo, Laura? Okay, perfect. All right, so if I could ask everyone to listen for now, even if you're working, if you could stop talking for a few minutes while I do the demo, so those who've never done this before can hear me. Thanks so much. So I'm holding up, this is called a frame loom. This is a basic way to weave a piece of material. The process for weaving is to have vertical threads through which we weave horizontal threads. These are called the warp. The horizontal threads are called the woof, right?
What?
Web.
What?
The web are the ones that go horizontally. Warp, vertical, webbed, horizontal. This is a wooden frame loom. There are all different kinds of looms. There are shuttle looms, there are standing looms, there are backstrap looms. Looms are infinite in their design and possibility. Today, we're going to use a wonderful kind of loom that you can make easily at home. All you need is a piece of cardboard, a ruler, but only if you want. I'm a non-ruler person. I will show you how to use the ruler, but you don't have to use it. And a pencil. I'm going to use a marker so that it's easier for the folks at home to see. And you absolutely have to have scissors. Can't do it without scissors. Or a blade. You have a sharp cutting tool other than scissors that will work. That's cool. All right. This is a basic cardboard loom that I've started working on. Notice that I have the warp threads, the vertical threads. And on this cardboard loom, my warp threads go on the back and on the front. I warped both sides of the loom. On the frame loom, I hold it up for one more second. No, it all fell off.
No, I
Started again. On the frame loom, the warping is only done on the front. But on the cardboard loom, I think it's easier to warp front and back, particularly if you're a beginning weaver. Notice that I've made notches at the top and the bottom. That's to hold the warp threads in place. So, in order to make the notches, it's very simple. You can take your ruler and just make notches across. Now, this is the part I never get right. Even experienced artists, I never know how many notches to make. Should it be odd or even? I don't know. So we have to experiment. And if you're a meticulous artist, you want to make the lines all the way top to bottom and keep it straight so that your notches match up. If you notice on the loom I made, they don't match. And I drew the lines and they don't match. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. unless you are making a very precise pattern. If you're making a pattern, then the measuring and the number of notches you have top and bottom really does matter. But for what we're creating today, an art piece, the precision really doesn't matter. Everybody understand? And the number of notches you make depends on the size cardboard you have. Okay? So, Susie, I want you, this is not going to work with these flaps. So either find a piece with no flaps, or if you can, cut these off. You want a piece of cardboard that's stiff and hard. So if you have flaps, Sally, these flaps have to come off. If you have flaps, like if you're using an old cardboard box, get rid of these flaps. They won't work. So look in the bag, see if there's a piece without flaps or cut these flaps.
But will this one work, or should I know that another one?
Yeah, try and find a stiff piece. Once you have a nice flat stiff piece of cardboard, make your lines for the wood. Try and keep them straight. Mine is already crooked. I don't care. Now, the more warp threads, the more of these you make, the more weaving you're going to have to do. So think about that. If you have hundreds of warp threads, you're going to have a major project. Like the kind of loom that Lily is working up requires a lot of hours to create a piece of fabric. And
That's why I moved them out.
fine.
That's why I moved them out.
So she widened her warps. She's using fewer warp threads because she realized, do I really want to spend all that time and effort on weaving through every thread? So the more warp you have, the more weaving you will have to do. The fewer warp threads you have, the less weaving you will have to do. Now, somebody can have this one when I'm done with it. Daniel, if you can't find a stiff piece of cardboard,
Here's what's going on.
okay. Sally, did you find one?
Yeah.
Susie, how you doing? Got one? Everybody else good? Good? Yes.
What is the purpose of the paper?
That's if you want to do a drawing instead. All right, so I am at the end of my cardboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have 5 notches. If this happens to be an odd number, I'm not stressing about it. I have my lines that go all the way up and down. Now, if you have arthritis like me, this is the real challenging part of it. You need to take your scissors and cut those notches. But don't cut too deep. You see how far I've cut? If you cut too deep, and I did too deep on this loom, you see what happens? They become too loose and floppy. So it's better to just cut maybe, I don't know, this is like ½ an inch. And you do it top and bottom. Hey, Donna, welcome. Yeah, this you can do this on a chair. And you do it all the way across.
The wool that you're.
Yes, unfortunately, this morning I could not find my work thread or any. I just bought a whole new thing of twine. I scoured my house top to bottom. The other artists, you know. Yeah, you can use this. I'll put it out in here. So this is yarn, sheep yarn that I just bought at Michael's. In fact, go to Michael's now, buy one, get one free at Michael's. And here's how you start warping. You will need a long piece of thread. You want thread that's strong. So test the kind of thread you're using. If you can pull on it and it doesn't break, that's really good for your warp thread. If it breaks, find something else to use. And here's how you start. You go to the first notch, and at this point you don't know if it's top or bottom. You put the thread in, and you just tie a knot.
The knot in the back or the front?
Doesn't matter. There's a way to conceal the knots as you go. So don't stress about where the knots are. I like to double tie my knots to make sure they're really tight and secure. And I like to trim this thread to get it out of the way. Now, you need a long piece of something to work with.
The whole
Because
side?
you want to warp all the way around,
Continue.
and you want to pull it tight as you go. And to put it in the wrong notch. See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
As simple as that. And you now have a loom. Once you go all the way across, don't worry about the fact that on the reverse side, your threads may be crooked. Don't stress. You will have one side where they're straight, should. And once you work all the way across, cut a nice long piece. And again, you're going to tie it as tightly as you can to secure the thread to the loom. And now the fun begins. This is my favorite part of the loom. Just a simple, regular old, I don't know what kind of knot this is. Not enough. I should have used a contrasting color so everybody could see.
So the strips are going around.
All the way around.
Yeah, both sides. Across.
Jump the gun, that's exactly correct. So both sides. I wrapped the yarn all the way around the loom, from notch to notch. And at the end, I tied a knot. And now, I want you to think about weaving with any fibers you can find. Non-traditional. Plastic bag, why not? Better than throwing it into a landfill. And look at the gorgeous color of this bag. Look what Eileen brought in. Genius. Old cable. something that's skinny and long has the potential to be woven. Here's how we weave. I don't particularly like this color in my weaving, but here, I'll use it on the same loom. Not in this piece that I was working with. I don't want to. I'm not saying this is a bad color, it just doesn't fit in the piece I'm working on. So the traditional stitch in weaving, the basic stitch is what we call tabby weaving. T-A-B-B-Y, just like tabby cat. And this stuff is going to be hard for me to work with, but I'm using it because it'll be easy for you to see. This is a little stick. If you're a beginning weaver, you might not want to use thread that's stiff, but for the first stitch, you need to tie your thread to the first fourth thread. Now, ordinarily, I would double knot this, but because this raffia, I think it's raffia, it's so stiff and hard, I'm not going to do that. Now, you'll know you're working on the front because your threads are straight. You are only going to do the horizontal weft on the front of your loom. Everybody get that? Only on the front, not on the back. Because I tied this first thread to the warp, it is what we call over the warp. So that means I must take it and go underneath the next warp.
Say again, please.
Over, under, and the next is going to go over. Each stitch that you make is the opposite of the one you did before. Why? Because it pulls threads together. And that's all weaving is. A process of going over and under. Now, there are other stitches that if we have time, I'm going to show you today. But this is the basic tabby weave stitch. Over and under. Over, under, over, under, over. And I'm going to come around here. People who are here are lucky. I will help you and not do the reconnect. Can I ask you this? Yes, Shirley, question.
Can I do a round one?
Go for it, baby. Try. Have you done weaving before, Shirley? Try it. It's the same basic process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a. You start over.
Now,
and under.
listen, for the next row, everybody look and watch, Donna. The next row, this one is ending over. So what do you think the next row is going to start with?
Under.
Awesome. The next row, watch what I'm doing now. This is where beginners always start to have a panic attack. The next row is under. See? And then voila, this is over. So the next one is automatically under. And when I start a weaving project, I say it in my mind as I go. It helps me get into the rhythm of the weaving process. Over, under. So this row has now ended under. How do you think the next row is going to start? Over. So watch. Hello. This one stopped under. The next one is going to be over the top at the beginning. And pull it through. And that's basically all you need to know. Except that, oh my God, what happened to my one on the thread? Try another. Try another and keep going. All right. So begin. If you're here, I'm going to come around to help you. Oh, and a tip about plastic: you can weave it through like this, or you can cut it into strips. Like I love these plastic bags. So notice how you can just weave plastic through. I already see I have a mistake here. Teacher made a mistake. So I'm going to try and fix it. But even with plastic, you can do the over under pattern. We're going to do this every week for a while, and then this time I'm going to teach you another stitch. Yeah, I'm going to check on you folks at home. We're going to put a picture up on the screen if it's needed. A Native American patterning. If you have a knot in the middle, don't worry about it. You can just push it behind all the other rows and it will not show. Well, some people really hate those knots. I don't know why. I like how they look. Add to the texture. And before I check the chat box, I'm putting these threads out of the back counter for people. Yes. Yes, please share the threads, everybody. Cut off a long piece. And then return. Share. Cut off one piece. And bring the rest back for others. Sally, cut some of this off, put this back. And you too, Dan, cut a whole bunch of this off and put it back. Leave your other. All right, people at home, are we copacetic? E, what's up? What do you need? I did. E, are you on my email list? I sent out every week I send out an email that I list the materials. Did I do that this week? Did I send out the email?
I'm not sure. Holiday, but you want to put your.
Heather got it. Anybody at home doing a drawing or painting instead? Vanessa? Yes, okay, so I'm going to put up a picture now on the screen to help you. And then I'm going to come around to help everyone here. I'm going to try and find a new picture, Vanessa. Give me a minute. A new and interesting pattern. I don't think I showed this one. Oh, actually, I did. Oops. Let's try this one. Oh, yeah, that one's cool. Okay, so people at home, you won't see us now, but you'll see this gorgeous. Oh, yeah, you will see us at home. You will see us. But if you need me, remember, you gotta yell or put it in the chat. I'm gonna come periodically to check the chat. All right, how are you? Welcome. This is perfect. Tie it around the last. Right here and then knot it, and then you're going to do the back. Under, over, under, over. Okay, you don't actually have to tie this at the end. It's all gonna hold together. And when you cut it off, which I forgot to mention. So your woven fabric will all hold together, even when we cut it off the loom, which I will talk about at the very end of class. If you are using thick material or a cable like Eileen, you do not have to tie it to the warp thread. It will all hold together because of the under over process. That holds the cable tight. But you have to make sure to follow the under over pattern. You have to make sure that the cable is rolling. Yes, that you do. And another thing I forgot to talk about, you've got to push your threads down towards the bottom. Try and push them together. Try not to leave gaps in between. Everybody is looking good. And I love weaving. I find it incredibly relaxing. If you've stressed out during the holiday season, weaving like knitting or crocheting is a lovely mindless mindful. Oh, okay. This is a different kind of weaving. You've done before, Susie. Yeah. So you created something here. Yeah, this is the way we make potholders. Yeah. The thing is, you can't make any mistakes with the page. Because it won't hold together. And you can't cut yours off the loom. You can't cut this off. It has to stay on the carpet. All right, you get that? It's a beautiful color. No, because she's first. Not gonna work. This one. Yes, I'm going to show you at the end. Well, what? No, it has to be one continuous piece. So this is not going to work. It's creative. Love it. Has to be one continuous piece. Yeah. Or have to take that off and start again. Yeah.
I didn't even know what. No, when he meant it, I don't know how the product look like, I don't know.
That's the brilliant.
That's the thing, I don't know where it goes.
There you go.
Because it'll fall apart. The warp isn't one continuous piece. Your weaving will fall apart. The warp holds it all together. So if this isn't long enough, we have to cut more blue thread and attach it. Easy to fix. We need ends. Is this long enough? Let's see. We shouldn't have cut it.
What I can't get the models.
Oh, got it. Oh, that's cool. Does that work? Wait, and really angry and frustrated. Now, if there's a place where you can take scissors to sharpen.
They used to come to your house, remember? Natalia? Maybe the mom, the guy on at the store. Brian, do you remember my glove?
Is he still doing it? I thought he was fired.
No, but he does the knife thing done. The knife, during the time of his business. That's fine. So,
Okay. We'll talk.
Okay, we'll go.
Is anybody old enough to remember when they came, they knocked at your door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
They would yell in the street.
right.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember the rag?
Remember the Hubley man?
Who? Public.
For the tripe guy?
The what?
Tripe.
Tripe, that's the Hubley man. The Hubley man stole tripe and intestines. and-
Where?
Yeah, he had a truck, he used to come around.
And he's green. Yeah, you green.
Why is he called the Hubley Man?
That's Italian for, I guess, intestines.
Okay. Let's check that out.
My grandfather sold apples and peaches.
On a cart?
On a cart.
I remember that in Hoboken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
In
Going
Hoboken?
up and down every block.
I remember.
Apples, peaches, apples.
Right.
Yeah, when I first moved here, I was thrilled. Stuff.
I know.
Remember the rag?
I don't remember the rag.
And we had a junk guy who I loved. He was awesome, an African American woman was super. Yes.
He
Now,
started that way back in the day before he had a truck. He had a car.
so what you
Yeah,
can
that's
do
the way it
is
went.
combine it with
First
something
he
else.
started, first you're a peddler.
I know. We love this. Great.
Successful, and then you want, then you. No, then you want to
Or great.
go back, and then you can, if you were successful, you could have.
Right, Shirley created monsters. So you gotta pick one to start.
No, so.
Yeah.
Every.
Maybe.
Lily, how long have you been in Hoboken? About 35 years.
This is gonna get fucked up. I don't know, it bothers you, and you gotta tie it.
Yeah.
Don't want to, and we're not around you. So you're the mistress of your paper. I would start, I would work on the outside. The outside.
Inside out.
really fast around the inside, it's gonna hurt your finger. You might need a needle. Try it. Go for it, girl. I'm in traps. I love it. Fabulous. Keep going. I got nothing to say to you. Now, here's something. All right, folks at home too, I hope you can hear me. You want to be careful on the edges. Everybody here, look at me for a second. Don't pull the weft so tight at the edges that your work threads start getting tangled. You want to keep it loose on the ends. Okay? The impulse is to yank it tight when you come to the end of a row. Try not to do that. Keep it loose on the ends. Otherwise, the work threads are going to start doing this, crossing over. Okay? And keep pushing down. Soon I'm going to show people a new stitch because some of you are getting this like too fast for me. Keep pushing up. Shouldn't work. Keep going. Love that you're using fabric. This isn't gonna work. Maybe. So you have to, can you pull it any shorter? I'll just experiment. I don't think. All the way up. This one. I got on the black one. Well, first you have to warp it up. So I can show you. Oh, yeah. Like this. Yeah, you have to make it tight. This has to be tight. Oh, you make one. And you have to tie it on. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be hard. I never get into this. I made a mistake. Not that I feel confident to stay. If the work will hold the whole I break my heart, and work so hard to make it. This has to be cut. No, you keep going. You don't have to knot it unless you change the thread. And it's not long enough. That's what I do. That's this one. So try it with that. That looks like it might be easier to tie than not. Yeah. How do you do it? Using someone how are we doing on time, please? 11:17. Need like that. Yeah. Then I understand. Looks good. Then you give a lot more yellow. So when you want to start with the color,
But you can do on school on the web.
We don't have to use just. Make it a little more interesting.
Here, David, take the scissors so you can cut what you want.
I can't physically. Okay, it's the tightest. It should be tighter, but physically it's as tight as I can. It will get tighter as you start wetting. Oh, good. Heather, have you done around? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Everybody's going to choose. I love it. Okay, so you're gonna. You can use the table. This is where, see if it's long enough. Try. You don't know till you try. Dan, no. Try.
Try on the next color.
Okay. And in favor here. Did you cut some up already?
Yeah,
Nobody wants to move. I understand that, but we're gonna put this back, the back, on the back hand. When we come back, I'm gonna show you how to do this. Yeah, so if you want to do two that are. And if you. Okay. Thank you. I know it's a problem for the tables that you are at this side. So this is under. Which way go this way? So now this is over. You just keep going under. Over. I'm gonna do this well. Over. The impulse is to do this. Pull it really tight. Try not to do that. Try not to push. Let me show you why. I have to go in the front, right? Like that. You have to be careful. It's dark. If you start pulling and work thread really tight, they're gonna start crossing over each other. And then you're gonna get really confused about what under over is. And it's gonna get really hard and confused. Try not to do this. Try and keep it. And that's it. It's frustrating, but you have to keep pushing down. That's what holds everything together. Attention. Really. Yeah. Teach me, you're brilliant, teach me.
No, she just said that.
I'm serious.
No, she only said that.
Next slide. Keep serious.
Yeah.
Daniel, look at me. Narrow. Narrow.
I didn't say you lied.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say you lied.
And
You're-
I try not to teach. Oh, sometimes I'm guilty of that.
Anybody ready for a new stitch?
No.
No, okay. That was a resounding no, so I'm not gonna show it. No, I heard several no. That's okay. What? Are we sharing today? Do we want to share? No. Impressive. Yeah. Here's what I recommend. Next week, let's bring these to class so we can see what progress we've made.
Oh, shut.
Anybody at home want to share, or you want to keep working today?
Keep working.
Keep working.
Don't listen to people here. Don't let them bully you.
This is, shouldn't be.
Yes, this is perfect.
No, but then when I put the other one,
Who is the teacher?
okay.
Stop with the questioning right now. I believe in questioning authority, but you've done it perfectly. Stop saying yes. So now start doing it under oath.
All right, there we go. Now,
Ordinarily, for the first one, you should tie it on, but you don't have to. Doesn't matter. I don't know once you begin. And think, okay. That's what just starting. Hard to get the move. It's very hard to let go of our personalities. So this is an over. Over. Under. Over. Over. Through. Love how this looks and feels. I love handling this stuff. Push down each row as we go. No, we're in. Don't worry about the numbers. Over, under, over, under, under. And you should be able to go relatively quickly because this stuff is so smooth. There's no friction. Pulling it through. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And then under. So that's the Go girl. Look at this, salads are finished. Hey,
Beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful. Looks like a, I don't know, a beautiful thing.
this is good, perfect. Might want to push them together. Closer together, but it's up to you. And you can leave things on top. This through also. Yeah. Oh. Now you can remove some, you can do like because there are ways to wrap. Stitch I was going to show. Before you go under over. There's ways you can do stuff. Even under.
Yeah, I do. And also there's some great weaving books here in the library.
Oh, Lily, do you recall the name of it?
Heck no.
What?
No.
It's called Heck No.
Heck no. There's some great weaving books here in the library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect. Thank you, Esther.
Yeah.
Keep going. Just keep going, babe. Nice. Wow, Laura said it looks like we're our superhero warrior shield. Why not? Okay. We should have. Yeah. Yeah. And cut paper strips and weave with paper.
Essie's good fabric.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing fabric and ribbon. Yeah, you're getting too tight on the edges. You see the way it's going in like this? You want to avoid that because the workers are going to start crossing over. And then you're going to get really cool. So, just keep it loose. You want to yank it when you come to the end. Don't do that. Just keep it loose. So don't do this. Yeah. Just keep it loose. Don't pull it hard when you get to the end of the row. Right, so I don't think we can take your spot from you. Because of the way. That's good. I think you're finished. Yeah. I think you're finished, Susie. You could start another one. Could make a new one. This is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I would tie this somewhere. I'll leave it hanging. Paper. You can even read with hard. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard. What I would have recommended was to draw the pattern first and fit it underneath. So that you would do the track. So you would have to. You would weave up to the edge of the triangle to create the triangle shape, then on that part of the triangle, or the reverse. We have a triangle first. Do that to the edge. And then the outside goes. Well, the thing is, if I know I'm working to do that, and good at mathematical probably I should figure out how to work. Well, how many words does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically, triangle. That. I mean, I would somehow draw the triangle, try reading the triangle alone, and then see if we could fit the woven part up to the edge of the triangle. We can't, so we would have had to mathematically figure out exactly how we work with it. It's challenging. And the same with the circle. Yeah, you would have to have a particular kind of work. So when they do a pattern like that, they have a multiple shuttle loom. So in other words, this would be the shuttle. Goes like this all the way across. And we're not moving it.
Liz, when you have a minute, can I show you what I've done and get some advice about how to continue?
Okay, Robin, I'll let Liz know.
Okay, no rush, just
And that they learn from when you're watching. Beginning, I wouldn't try to challenge it. Yeah, that's, if you have a knot that you don't like, just shove it.
Robin, Liz is coming.
thank you.
Hope I can help. What's up, Robin?
Hi, I just did the two different ways across, and I don't know what to do next.
I have no idea what you've done. This is so interesting.
I've just taken different yarns I had, and there was this one curious one that goes across that had spaces in between it. So,
It's beautiful. However,
isn't there more to do?
it's not a weaving.
Uh-huh. It isn't. It's going in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, this is going under and over, under. This is over, under.
But it's not actually going under and over the vertical threads.
Yes, it is. It's hard to see it because of the spaces in the fabric, in this thing, but they do go under and over and opposite. You know, each one is different. But are the spaces too large between? Or I was going to take these threads then and do something with it. But the hard part about it, see, this is like, it's a thread like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
it's
So
like-
you're ready to take it off the loom. But wait, hold it up again for me, please.
I think it has to stay on the loom. I don't think it would stand.
No, yours is going to have to stay on the loom because you notched the sides. So you're the second person who did that.
Okay.
which I love,
Well,
but I don't know why you did that.
weren't we, well, how would you get the fabric to go across, the thread, yarn to go in the, across, if it weren't notched on both? I don't,
It stays on its own. I mean, you could take it out of the notches.
yeah. Well,
It
say-
stays on its own because you shove each row down close next to each other. Wait on. Hold on.
Oh, I see what you mean. Aha. Okay, well, what do you think?
See how, look at me for a minute.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna highlight myself again for a minute.
mhm.
You see how my warp threads are almost
Oh,
invisible?
I see,
Because
there
on
are no
each
notches.
row, I shove each row down close to the next,
I see, oh, okay.
so
well-
that when I cut this off, the final step is to cut the whole thing off the back. The threads will hold together because they are so tightly wedged together.
I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'm going to work with this that I did and see. I just think I should notch on every side more and continue.
Okay, you can do that. It's beautiful. You
And,
can add more horizontal threads. And you can always leave it on the loom. I made, with my young students, when I was an elementary school teacher, we made a community weaving. I
Ooh.
never took it off the loom.
I bet.
It was so gorgeous that I just was terrified to take it off the loom.
I
And
understand.
there it stayed until the warp thread started to rot away, which took like 30 years before that happened.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, it would be fun to do a community one with all of you there.
Let's talk about that. Maybe we will. And it was a nostalgic thing. We brought in old fabric, like, grandma's apron, and we cut it into shreds. And each child wove their piece of fabric through the weaving. It took forever to make too, but it was beautiful. And for years they kept it. I worked in a private Catholic school. For years they kept it in the chapel. And then when I retired, they said, "We don't know what to do with it. Do you want it?" And I said, "Yeah." So. Oh, and Laura seems to have posted next week's artist for us already. Awesome. Who is it? Oh, Peter Ndoye. Yes. What is the theme for December? Celebration? Art as a gift. Because December is the month of gift giving for sure, in many faiths and traditions.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward.
All right. Any other questions from folks at home? How are you doing, Vanessa? Let me see what you're working on.
Hey Liz, I just started working on that piece that I did a couple of weeks ago.
Let's see if I can spotlight you.
Maybe this light is too bright. I want to paint this eventually. Maybe here like this.
I can't. I think Laura is in charge of spotlighting right now. Oh yeah, now I can see it. Oh, beautiful. It kind of fits with today's theme as well. So
Yeah. So I'm
are you gonna
contemplating
do
what.
this one in color or black and white only?
No, I want to do it in color. I want to cover the whole page and then paint it. I'm contemplating what medium.
Awesome. I like that it starts from the center and grows out. Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, send me JPEGs.
I will.
Margot, you want to show me what you're working on? I love that you guys can work from home, but I hate that you're not here. I have to say, selfishly.
Same.
Oh, you have a loom. All right. This is how you make a pattern. Although, I don't know
That's
why there's so much warp showing with the red.
This is
Oh, I
the,
know why. I see why. Because what is that lace, the red?
this is a bag that fruit came in, and this
Oh, it's one of those horrible plastic fruit bags. Awesome. Why not? You could do a whole thing with different colored plastic bags.
but I didn't. I don't have them handy, so I just worked with the one, and then I also started something like this, trying to do a pattern, but I'm like,
Very beautiful. It feels very native, traditional. Nice. Great colors.
this is when I did our last weaving class, but you never saw the end result.
I love it. See, this is how you do tufting, but nobody, and the wrapping stitch, nobody wanted me to do the advance.
Well, that's what we would need 2 more hours.
The afternoon class, make sure you fill in the comment form that Laura sent you.
Stop, get down, down, get down.
All right. Stephanie, are you still with us? E, do you want to show your work? Margot's greatest creation, her cat.
Greatest hardship, anyway.
Oh, E, you did send me your email list. I'm going to send a note to myself now with it. Thank you. Yeah, right now I'm getting E's email address. I'm going to come look at everybody's work in-house in a minute. I'm so proud of everybody. Isn't it relaxing?
Typically, yes, but not. If you have to get started before you get relaxed.
What is this, the Chinese protest movement?
I can say that.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I know that I'm doing something, but I don't know what to do.
So Laura, did
I don't
you
know
need
how-
me?
Oh, right. I think I want to.
Somebody's ready to take off their.
Yeah.
Not remove this the way you made it. So it's beautiful on here.
Mounted on some wood.
Okay, frame it.
Oh,
Like it's a Photoshop, right?
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, but she didn't. She didn't do that. Don't want to work this. I'll get out of here next time. I'm rushing for you. And these. Oh, they're gonna make it challenging when it's time to take it off. We'll figure it out. I was working with her, I found her. What's the problem? I think everything. I don't know how she's gonna take the off. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you. Very tight knot. Cut. I don't know. Tie is close to the part. All right, everybody watching me. The way you take it off the loom, if you finish when you get home. Oh, I need a pair of scissors. So let's say I wove all the way from the top to the bottom. If you have done everything correctly, you cut each warp thread. Terrifying. Cut the warp thread on the back. Pull it out of the notch. Oh, I picked the wrong foot. And cut the wrong one, hold on. Are you watching? No, you're not. You cut as close to the finished piece of fabric, or you tie a knot, sorry, as close to the finished piece of fabric as you can. A double knot. And you do that all the way across. Well, if you bring your weaving next week, I will demonstrate. What does it look like? It looks like a piece of material or a wall hanging. Did you see what Margot showed? No. She's on home. She's on screen. She just showed us her finished weaving. Last time. I have a new process lab. So I don't have enough fabric here to show you what it looks like when it's finished. But cut it, pull it out, and you tie it as close to the finished work as possible. And it comes off as a piece of material. And you do it top and bottom. Cut it in the middle, pull it out of the notches, and tie it as close to the fabric, top and bottom, as possible. If I'd woven all the way to the bottom, gather it, did you see what I did? Cut it in the middle, pull it out of the notches, tie here, and I only wove here. So you tie here and wherever you ended up. First, can I see the back? Cut it in the middle, pull it out of the notch, tie it here, and wherever you end up. Tie the knots as close as you can to the finished work. And the whole thing will hold together if you've done the over under. Margot, can you hold your finished piece up again? Please.
Hold on.
And can we spotlight Margot? Please.
Okay.
Look, everybody look at the screen. Donna, this is going to help you understand what the finish looks like. And all of you, this is what yours can look like when it's done. Yeah, why are you laughing?
It's like impossible.
It's not impossible.
This takes a
It If you want, bring your finish. Don't take it off the loom. Bring it next week. And at the beginning of class, I'm even willing to be here early. I'm always here early. Laura, can they be allowed to come in early, like a quarter of? And I'll show you how to take it off the loom.
Margot, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. My friend.
Good job. And all of you are going to do this. And if you can't make it next week, email me and I'll walk you through it via email. And there are plenty of videos. Go to YouTube video and they will show you a how-to. In 2 hours, I'm sorry, it's impossible to complete this task.
Here's the second one.
Yes.
I have trouble with the cats. But this is on a frame that I put nails in to make a loom. at
Yeah,
the
you
top.
can take, this is a great idea. You can take a regular old picture frame and put nails in it and
Yeah.
make your own frame loom. All right. Those folks who are here, I'm sorry, we have to clean up. Those of you at home, you know, keep working.
We have to clean up too.
And please send me JPEGs.
I'm more of a kind of a guy.
But Daniel, I'm so proud of you for trying something new.
No, I like to do that. I like to do stuff.
That's awesome.
No,
You did it, and you did a beautiful piece. Wow. Show your mom the doll maker. If she-
but I'm actually pretty eager to go back there and do this next time. So. Yeah. So I mean, we kind of work on.
I forget. You have my email?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll let you know. Eileen, this worked out fantastic.
Oh, very cool.
This looks great, and if you don't like the knots, I mean, look at my, one second, I have to go for a little, wait a minute. Shut it, I never cheated. Table comes in. Thank you. I'll be here again. Thank you. And if you don't want to take it off, Sally's already.
Wow. Oh, I love it.
Don't love this? You guys
Love
are
it.
so creative.
Very nice.
Nice to meet you.
I need you.
Take care.
You too.
Let's speak now. Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. For you. No, before the pandemic.
Goodbye, folks. Have a great week. Art on, and I will see you all soon. Be safe, stay healthy.
You too, Liz. Thank you for everything.
Keep creating.
Figure it out.
Send me pictures. Bye. Goodbye from the Hoboken Library.